That was fast. He's talking about throwing himself off a cliff already? Okay.
I take these lyrics very personal.
And not only that, y'all look at his face. Like you could tell he's sad.
This is not a schmarmy, depressing song. This is brilliant. And I love how his voice goes up and gives us some hope in this.
In a little while from now, if I'm not feeling any less sad,
I love his voice.
I promise myself to treat myself and visit a nearby tower. And climbing to the top, will throw myself off in an effort to make clear to whoever what it's like when you're shattered, left standing in the lurch at a church where people are saying, "My God, that's tough." She stood him up. No point in us remaining. We may as well go home, as I did on my own, alone again. Naturally, to think that only yesterday I was cheerful, bright and gay, looking forward to wouldn't do the role I was about to play. But as if to knock me down, reality came around, and without so much as a mere touch, cut me into little pieces, leaving me to doubt. Talk about God in His mercy, who, if He really does exist, why did He desert me in my hour of need? I truly am indeed alone again, naturally. It seems to me that there are more hearts broken in the world that can't be mended, left unattended. What do we do? What do we do?
Oh, well, you know what? The song started so kind of uplifting, the music wise. And then when the
quite
lyrics,
sad.
yeah, when the lyrics
Quite
kind of
sad, I would say.
unraveling, I felt my heart was breaking bits and bits.
I
a
don't
little bit.
get it why he's saying naturally you all these bad things in a way happen to you and it's
And
naturally.
I'm standing alone, yeah.
Yeah,
Alone again, naturally.
So you know why is naturally supposed to be good for everybody? You know, I mean, it's so.
I think that given the situation, it's naturally, you know, that after the situation like that, he's standing alone and naturally. It's, you know what, this, when you listen to lyrics, this song can be, anybody can relate to it, you know. Doesn't matter where you are in your life. For some people, it might be because they're in that point of their life and they resonate with the lyrics of the songs. Or for people who not there, but they kind of can appreciate their own situation because they, thanks to this song, they can remember that they can be in that position. It's really, really strange. You know, I think the fact that the music is quite, melody is quite uplifting, is kind of adding to the sadness of it. Of the
I know it's the
lyricism.
way he's singing and playing the
Yeah.
piano, but what he's saying is kind of your
That's what I
heart
mean.
broke for
It's
him
like
in
you
a
put,
way.
you know, when you put the
Mask.
yes, so yeah, I'm singing the song, it's alright, but the words are coming at really, really like a,
Like a clown face, you just
Yes.
smile and inside you sad.
you
in a
really,
way.
really sad, yeah.
Already, man, these lyrics is full of pain. Pain and anguish is what I hear already. Man, that's so crazy to me. I was just okay, listen. It always freaks me out when I'm reacting to a song that a lot of people request. It always freaks me out how I always go into a song like, all right, how is this song going to make me relate to it? And literally, let me tell you guys something. About 2 days ago, talking to my grandparents and saying that I think I'm just destined to be alone. Alone again. It's whether it's losing somebody to, you know, whether it's losing a girl in a relationship, you're back alone again. Or when you have somebody close to you and they pass away, then you're alone again. Like, I've always said that I was destined to be alone because it's just, I don't know. This is one of those songs, man, since, you know, it's called Alone Again, that I can really just, I can find comfort in this song. Because I don't know, that's how I feel right now at this moment. I always feeling alone, so I could definitely find comfort in this song right here, man. This is beautiful.
The music doesn't sound so sad, but that's one of the saddest things I've heard, in a song, That's a very, very, very sad man, It even left him questioning if there was a God really. And that tends to happen a lot when people have something like a terrible happen to them, because you're thinking to yourself, if you're up there, why have you let me, experience? Why have you let me go through this? Why didn't you pull me out or stop me from, stop this from happening to me? And it's very, very sad that he even contemplated or is in contemplating, taking his own life. That's how down this man is, he's been stood up, he says, at the church. I can't even imagine what that looks like or what that feels like, But it's funny when you hear songs like this, they're so sad, but then the music, the melody sounds so beautiful that, you almost find yourself like enjoying it. And then you say to yourself, this is a sad song, man. This is not something to enjoy. This is one of those songs, I'm just like caught up in the middle, beautiful melody, beautiful vibe, but it's a very sad song.
Beautiful naturally. Solo. Now looking back over the years and whatever else that appears, I remember I cried when my father died, never wishing to hide the tears. And at 65 years old, my mother, God rest her soul, couldn't understand why the only man she had ever loved had been taken, leaving her to start with a heart so badly broken. Despite encouragement from me, no words were ever spoken. And when she passed away, I cried and cried all day, alone again, naturally. Alone again, naturally.
So I don't know if I heard that right at the beginning. It sounded like this relationship just kind of didn't work out. He was left cut to pieces, man. Wanted to jump off a building, or I don't know if there was actually somebody that jumped off a building. I thought that's what I was hearing. At the end, he talks about this kind of opposite event where his mom and dad loved each other forever. They were the only ones that ever meant for each other, and they loved each other till the day the dad passed away, and the mom just could not bear to live without the husband, didn't understand the heartache and the pain, and it changed her completely. Her fire burnt out. He, even through all the encouragement he tried to give her, she just could not ever move on, and it could not ever be the way it was. She pretty much didn't ever talk to him, wasn't ever herself again until the day she passed away, and then he's left alone once again, man. Burnt by the women in his life, and eventually by left alone, even with his family, maybe the only people he had to anchor him down and hold on to and love forever. That all kind of seemed to pass away and pass off once the dad passed away. That's the vibes I was getting, man. That acoustic solo was beautiful. His piano work throughout this composition was amazing. Got a great vibe to it.
Sullivan. Interesting.
Beautiful and soft, but it left me with such a sad feeling when he talked about how his mom's heart was so heartbroken from losing the only man that she ever loved, and that she passed away from it. And then he says, well, here I am. He's lost his mom and his dad at this point,
she
alone
passed
again.
from a broken heart.
Naturally.
Right. Crazy.
That's how the song ended. There was no happy ending. It was just like, yeah, sad.
Yeah, he never said, like, If he came out of it, what happened?
No, I mean, because
it just ended like that.
Yeah, he lost his father, and then years later, at the age of 63, he lost his mother. He was left at the altar. So obviously, some really sad moments in his life where he felt like he was alone again. Maybe we can look at it that way. But yeah, I liked his voice. I loved the piano. I loved the instrumentation. I loved how the song was composed. I thought it was beautiful, especially towards the end.
No, and I don't think that I don't recollect that I've ever seen a guitar. Did it have 8 strings on it? It may have had more than that. It had
See, you
quite
look
a
at
bit.
things that I don't even
it had
think
so
to look
many
at.
strings on it.
But I love, now that we're on it, the way that he played it,
sound.
it was really soft, and it added on to the song in such a beautiful way. I just, like, it's just crazy to me, and I think we've had a song recently when it sounds so soft and sweet and gentle, but when you dig down into the context and the lyrics, it's actually something that's a little bit sad. So that one was one of those. It was a beautiful setting, beautiful song, and sad lyrics.
Yeah, Alone Again naturally. But the way he sings it, that resignation that he has, it's like a hopeful resignation in a way. I mean, it seems to me it comes, and like the sprightly dancing of the instruments, the guitar, the piano, and even the backup violins and horns. I mean, it's got a hopefulness to it. And one thing I was going to mention at the very beginning is I should have known this was done by an Irishman. I mean, the Irish have this frank ability to deal with loneliness and depression and, go have a pint or two, whereas Americans tend to get sort of bogged down in their depression. The Irish, like, it's an expectation. You're supposed to have that. And this song sort of, to me, comes across that way. Yeah, I got to wonder whether God exists. I've lost my love. I'm going to go to a nearby tower and jump off. And lost my mom, lost my dad, cried, of course, naturally. And then my mom passes away. So it's just like this. It's just almost like a freaking James Joyce novel, really, And it's brilliant. It's just brilliantly written, brilliantly executed. The whole production on this, the sound of it, Gilbert's voice. And I really enjoyed the video with his, as you can see it there, his frank look as he was singing, and terrific piano playing as well. This is just one of those songs that you just have to put up there in the top 1% of executions. It's just brilliant, brilliantly done.
That was Gilbert O'Sullivan and Alone Again Naturally. I mean, that song is a great song. It deals with so many sad themes, though. I mean, from being jilted at the altar to questioning the existence of God to, his father passing away and then eventually his mother passing away from a broken heart. And, there just was there was no word spoken between the two of them. Just, it's a really sad situation. And the one thing I always notice about this song, which I think a lot of people do, is that the tempo is kind of an upbeat tempo for the sad themes that it contains. I just, it's one of those songs that I can't identify with personally in terms of I haven't gone through a lot of those experiences myself, but I can certainly understand and empathize with someone who has. I don't necessarily think that song was written from his personal perspective of anything that he went through, per se, but I think that it really covers a lot of what human emotions would be in those kind of circumstances. Again, it's a great song. If you've never heard the song before and it does kind of go by a little bit quickly, go back and listen to it again and just listen to the words, the lyrics, and how he puts the song together. It's just a fantastic song, and I can see now why it was such a hit at the time and why it's still a memorable song all these many years later.